I am Ritik Gandhi from LTMMC and GH Mumbai. My topic genetic transmission of autosomal and X-linked disorders. Since choosing science, we all have come across the word genetics, and trust me, even today it continues to trouble us. Let's try and make it a bit easier for you to understand. Human genetics refers to the study of individual genes, their role and function in diseases, and their mode of inheritance. Now that we know what genetics comprises of, let us look at a few terms. The sex chromosome. The chromosome that determines the sex of an individual is known as the sex chromosome. The autosome. Any chromosome that is not the sex chromosome is the autosome. The dominant trait. The trait that is expressed even when only one copy of the gene is present is known as the dominant trait. The recessive trait. The trait that is expressed only when both copies of the gene are present is known as the recessive trait. With this background, let us have a look at the genetic disorders. Genetic disorders are broadly classified into three main categories. These are single gene mutation disorders, chromosomal disorders, and complex multigenic disorders. In this video, we shall look at single gene mutation disorders, commonly referred to as Mendelian disorders. Mendelian disorders arise as a result of single gene mutations, and these mutations have one of the three patterns of inheritance: autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, and X-linked inheritance. Autosomal dominant conditions. These are manifested even in the heterozygous state. Hence, at least one parent of an index case is usually affected. Both males and females are affected, and both can transmit the disease to the next generation. A few characteristics of autosomal dominant conditions are: there is 50% chance that the offspring will be affected. Clinical features are modified by variable expressivity and penetrance. What are these terms? Penetrance simply refers to the proportion of an individual carrying a mutant gene exhibiting a clinical feature amongst all individuals with such mutations. Hence, 50% penetrance means that 50% of those carrying the genes will express the trait. Variable expressivity. This refers to that all individuals carrying a mutant gene will express the trait differently. Example, in neurofibromatosis type 1, manifestations range from skin tumors to brownish colored skin spots. Autosomal dominant conditions are commonly caused by loss of function mutations that cause decreased production of a gene product or simply dysfunctional or inactive protein formation. Autosomal dominant conditions usually need not manifest at birth, since there is a presence of normal allele. Hence, these conditions have a longer lifespan than autosomal recessive conditions. Examples of autosomal dominant conditions are Marfan syndrome, adult polycystic kidney disease, and neurofibromatosis type 1. Let us now look at the pedigree chart. In this pedigree, in the first generation, the female is affected. In the second generation, one son and two daughters are affected. In the third generation, one son and one daughter is affected. In the fourth generation, one son is affected. Hence, we can see that all generations are affected and that both males and females can transmit the disease. We now move on to autosomal recessive conditions. Autosomal recessive conditions are caused by mutations of both the alleles. These commonly arise from consanguineous marriages. The chance that an offspring will be affected is 25% and that of being a trait or carrier is 50%. Since both alleles are mutated, autosomal recessive conditions usually manifest at birth or very early in life. Almost all enzyme deficiencies and inborn errors of metabolism are autosomal recessive conditions, an exception being Hunter's disease, which is an X-linked recessive disorder. Examples of autosomal recessive conditions are phenylketonuria, cystic fibrosis, and glycogen storage disorders. Now we shall look at the pedigree chart. In this pedigree, in the third generation, there is consanguineous marriage shown by two lines between a heterozygous male and a heterozygous female. The offspring produced are one affected, two carriers, and one unaffected. We now move on to X-linked inheritance disorders. All sex-linked disorders are X-linked. There is no Y-linked inheritance simply because males having mutations in the Y-linked genes are usually infertile. A male is said to be hemizygous for X-linked genes, since the Y chromosome is not homologous to the X chromosome and hence lacks the corresponding alleles of the genes present on the X chromosome. X-linked disorders are classified into X-linked recessive and X-linked dominant disorders. X-linked recessive are more common than X-linked dominant disorders. In X-linked recessive disorders, an affected male usually does not transmit the disease to his sons, but all his daughters are carriers, whereas the son of a heterozygous female has 1 in 2 chance of carrying the mutant gene. Usually, a heterozygous female does not express full phenotypic change, since there is random inactivation of one of the X chromosomes. This mutant X chromosome usually harbors the mutant allele. However, there is a remote chance that the normal allele may be inactivated, thus allowing the heterozygous female to express the full phenotypic change. An example of X-linked recessive disorder is G6PD deficiency, a type of hemolytic anemia. We now look at the pedigree chart. In this pedigree, the affected male is transmitting the disease to his grandsons via his carrier daughters. This is typically known as crisscross inheritance or skipping of generations. We now move on to the last part, X-linked dominant conditions. There are only a few X-linked dominant conditions, and hence it is easier to remember them. These are transmitted when an affected female is transmitting the disease to one of the two sons and one of the two daughters. That is 50% of sons and 50% of daughters. Whereas an affected male transmits the disease to all his daughters but not to his sons, provided the female parent is unaffected. An example of X-linked dominant condition is vitamin D resistant rickets. We now look at the pedigree chart. In this pedigree chart, the affected male is transmitting the disease to both his daughters. The affected daughter further transmits the disease to one of the two sons and one of the two daughters. Thus, this is an example of X-linked dominant condition. We now look at a flowchart that will help us summarize the genetic disorders and help us identify the mode of inheritance from a given pedigree chart. In a pedigree chart, we ask the first question: are all generations affected? If the answer is yes, then it is a dominant disorder. If the answer is no, then it is a recessive disorder. The second question to ask in a recessive disorder is there gender bias? If there is no gender bias, then that is, males and females are equally affected, then it is an autosomal recessive condition. Whereas, if there is gender bias, that is, if only males are affected, then it is an X-linked recessive disorder. The second question we ask in a dominant disorder is the father transmitting the disease to his son? If the answer is yes, then it is an autosomal dominant condition. If the answer is no, then it is an X-linked dominant condition, or it can be autosomal dominant also. To confirm this, we ask the third and final question: are all daughters of affected fathers having the disease? If the answer is yes, it confirms as X-linked dominant disorder. If the answer is no, then it is autosomal dominant condition. I hope this video helped you clear the basics of genetics. If yes, then please like it and share it with your friends. Thank you.